You have my blessings, Outlander.
You go ahead.
A warm welcome to you. Three blessings, sir.
Is there something I can do for you, Outlander?
Looking for a ride, Outlander? Name your destination.
Is there something I can do for you, Outlander?
I've heard of you, Ada. Would you be willing to hear a business proposition? I am trying to set up a trade relationship between my lord, Indoril Siras, and House Draz, but I'm afraid that my lord doesn't have a good grasp of what the Draz are willing to buy. He has asked me to sell a number of commonplace goods. These rarely go over well with the Draz, who pride themselves on their self-sufficiency. If you were to supply me with more interesting wares for the Draz trade, I would make it worth your while. Glad to hear it. Let me know if you come across any goods for the Draz trade. Remember, if you were to supply me with interesting wares for the Draz trade, I would make it worth your while. Are you looking to cut off our business partnership? Glad to hear it. Let me know if you find any more goods for the Draz. The Draz pride themselves on their independence and self-reliance, so they are not interested in purchasing commonplace goods. For instance, they probably do not want clothes or perfumes, common weapons and armor, or other goods they can acquire themselves. On the same note, they care more about practical goods than valuable ones. Rare ores would go over much better than rare coins, for example. You can also bring me goods that they simply cannot find in the Deshan. Local instruments or food may work. Do you have any interesting goods for the Draz trade? Well, don't come back until you do. Remember, if you were to supply me with interesting wares for the Draz trade, I would make it worth your while. Are you looking to cut off our business partnership? I'm sorry to hear it. I'll have to find another business partner. Yes, I am still trying to set up a trade relationship with the Draz. No thanks to you.
A warm welcome to you.
Blessings of the three upon you. Did the temple send you here to help me? None of the locals will. I'm trying to find my friend Jebyn. He's gone missing. He's a sailor. A young man in his 30s, a mere boy for a Dunmer, you understand. Now, unlike most of the local sailors, he visits this shrine regularly, not just to pray and make offerings, but also to talk with me. He's an orphan, you see. He needs some guidance in his life. I suppose he's come to see me as a bit of a father. And I must admit I'm rather fond of the boy myself. Poor thing. Jebyn is, well, his heart is in the right place, but his mind is troubled. Haunted, for some reason. He's told me that he sometimes sees and hears impossible things when he's out on the lake. Has nightmares of drowning. Poor boy. A feeble mind such as his shouldn't be in that profession. So, now you understand why I'm worried that he's not visited me in days. I fear that either something bad has happened to him or that he's done something foolish. Please. Will you help me find him? Thank you, Ada. Jebyn is part of the crew of the freighter Paradmoth. The ship's anchored at the docks. You should question the captain of Eager Marvis. If anyone knows where Jebyn is, it's him. If Jebyn doesn't want to visit me anymore, it's alright. I'm not angry with him. I just want to know that he's okay. The Paradma is anchored at the docks. You should question the captain of Eager Marvis. If anyone knows where Jebyn is, it's him. If Jebyn doesn't want to visit me anymore, it's alright. I'm not mad. I just want to know that he's okay.
Is there something I can do?
3 blessings.
Outlander,
Excuse
what
me if
do
I'm
you
not
want?
feeling too chatty, Outlander. A dock worker's work is never done. Besides, it's been a while since I got a good night's sleep. A pack of vicious rats are causing me trouble. Yes. Vicious creatures. All teeth and claw. I don't know where they came from, but I would appreciate it if someone killed them all for me. Do you have experience in killing rats? Alright, Outlander. My apartment is in the apartment complex, the northernmost door on the first floor. There are at least 5 of them, I'm sure. Come back when they are all dead. Good luck. These aren't some ordinary rodents, I tell you. Are the rats dead yet? All of them? I don't think so.
Outlander.
Sure, Ada. Go ahead. I am Abijur Marvis, captain of the Paradma. I've never liked that priest. He's an outsider like you. Yes. This is my ship. He's part of my crew. What's this about? He's just a sailor. Lazy and dishonest like young people often are. Before I took him into my crew, he was a street urchin in Ald Horak, across the lake. Why are you so interested in him? Humph. Is that so? Who put you up to this? It does matter to me, when someone is asking questions about a man in my crew. Tell me who sent you here or you won't be getting any answers from me. Liar. You couldn't possibly know Jebyn, so someone else must have told you to ask about him. Sure, Ada. He's part of my crew. Humph. Is that so? Who put you up to this? The priest is worried. How touching. No, I don't know where Jebyn is. Haven't seen him since we unloaded the cargo a couple of days ago. He's a damned sluggard. Vah. No doubt he has run away with that harlot Anara. She works down at the Sailor's Inn. Jebyn visits her often. Brings her gifts from across the lake. I guess he must be in love, foolish boy. Dilvany Gilmanil owns the inn. Maybe she knows where the two are. Go find Anara. Jebyn's run away with that harlot, I'm sure. She works down at the Sailor's Inn. A harlot, like I said.
Outlander.
Tell your friends about this place.
Something to drink, Ada? Or no, she hasn't run away. What an odd thing to suggest. She's in the back room behind this counter. Go see for yourself.
Yes, Outlander, what may I do for you? Yes,
It is
Outlander, what
always
may
an
I do
honor,
for you?
Narivaran. That's me. Did Jebyn send you? Do you have a message from him? Oh. I thought that he hadn't visited me because he was too busy. I know that Captain Abijah makes him work like a slave. But the captain hasn't seen him either? Run away? Together? I don't appreciate that the captain would insinuate something like that. I'm a servant and a barmaid, not well, you know. This is not that kind of place. Jebyn and I are just friends. Not that I would mind leaving Amra. Life here is miserable. If I had the means I'd leave, believe me, but I'm stuck here. He's the only one I feel like I can really talk to. You see, I don't have a family. It's difficult sometimes. But Jebyn understands me. He's an orphan, too. I suppose that's why we originally got to talking. It's good to have someone in my life who knows what it's like. Yes. I blame the lake. It's playing tricks on his mind and making him sick. Last time I saw him he told me of a nightmare he had. In the dream he was underwater. It was cold and dark. Shadows grabbed him by the ankles and pulled him deeper and deeper, until a gigantic maw opened below him and swallowed him whole. And after he woke up, he found an amulet in his pocket that he didn't remember putting in there. He gave it to me as a gift. Here. Have a look. It's a rather ugly thing, to be honest. I don't know what happened to them. I don't even know who they were. Old Lady Gilmanil Dilvani's late mother told me that she just found me alone on her doorstep one day. She wasn't exactly warm, but she was kind enough to take me in. I've been here ever since, working to earn my keep. I have no memory of my parents. They abandoned me here, so they couldn't have been very nice people. I wasn't worried before, but now. Find Jebyn, Ada. Please. It is always an honor, Narivaran. Please. Do your best to find Jebyn. He's the only true friend that I have in this town.
Tell your friends about this place.
Something to drink, Ada? Or perhaps my late mother took her in when she was but a child and I wasn't much older myself.
Where is that
I don't know who her parents were. I suppose they were running away from the Arnishian War and simply left her behind. Don't matter to me. She's a hard-working girl who earns her keep. That's all I care about. So, Anara's friend has gone missing. No, I don't know where that weird boy is. Haven't seen him in days.
PSST. Hey there, friend. I hear you are looking for young Jebyn. I reckon I could help you. Why don't you buy old Zadafis a jug of Mazdi first, and then I'll tell you what I know. Hee hee hee.
Tell your friends about this place.
Something to drink, Ada? Or perhaps Mazdi is a local beer brewed from fermented salt rice. Cheap, plentiful, and invigorating, this beverage is very popular, despite its dulling effect of wit and judgment. For the price, folks are willing to feel dumb and weak-willed, so long as they feel really strong. Thank you, please come again.
You've got that jug of Mazdi for me, friend? Then we'll talk about Jebyn. She's a barmaid here. Lovely girl. The good priest is not a native of Amra. It's not his fault, but it means that the locals have always been a little wary of him. Ah, thank you for the Mazdi, friend. Come closer. I don't want to have to speak too loudly. Now, you are looking for Jebyn, but I'm afraid that both you and Ivan Seelith are blinder than poor old me when it comes to finding him. That's because neither of you is a native of this town, and so you don't know the history of Amra. He. Tell me, how much you know of the Arnishian War? Well, it doesn't matter. It's one thing to know and a whole other thing to remember. It's been over 30 years since the war with the Argonians ended, but the further south you go, the more recent it still is in people's minds. Even now I can recall the sense of impending doom we got from the news of fighting in the plains of Deshan and the horrors that took place in the siege of Tyr. Soon, we thought, the Argonians would lay waste to Ald Horak, cross the lake, and the war would come to Amra. That's when some of the local families wanted to act instead of just waiting. They were saying that we should make sure that the Argonians never crossed Lake Andaram. There's Droop in the lake, you see, and they reckoned they could strike a deal with them. They knew the temple wouldn't like it, so it'd all be a secret. Pay the Droop tribute, and they'd protect us. Now, I don't know what really happened in the end, but what I do know is that we never saw so much as a sliver of a lizard in Amra. You see, it was none other than the Marvis family who pushed the deal. It's said that Ol Man Marvis, Captain Abijur's father, was the main instigator. I don't know what sort of deal he was supposed to make with those lake devils, or with what means of communication, but ever since those days the Marvis family has been blessed with wealth and good fortune. In 30 years not once have I heard of any of their ships sinking or getting stranded. And their divers bring up pearls the size of my fist. Jebyn is not the first one to go missing like this. There's been a good handful of lake-faring souls like him who have simply vanished. Some of them poor fellows were sailors working for the Marvis family just like him. As I recall, it all started not long after the Arnishian War ended. Now, if a secret pact was indeed made with the Droop, what do you reckon was offered to them in return for their favor? I ask of you, what could monsters like them possibly want? Exactly so, my friend. Exactly so. They are monsters, and to them we are naught but meat. Flesh to devour. That's the only thing land dwellers like us could offer them. Our very lives. I'm not sure of any of this, my friend, but even a blind man such as myself can tell there's something fishy going on. I can feel it in my gut. The boy is in grave danger. If he's still alive, he must be on board the Paradma. So long as the ship is docked here there's hope. Search the ship, Ada. He must be there somewhere. In the cargo hold, perhaps? The war was fought some 30 years ago. I was old even then, so I did not participate in the fighting, thank the three. It was a terrible war, my friend. So much suffering. Many lost their family in the war. There's nothing quite as sad as an orphan Dunmer. I already told you all you need to know. During the Arnishian War there was a secret pact made with the Droop of Lake Endaram to protect this town. The Marvis family supposedly spearheaded the deal.
Where is that slave?
I know that the boy is in grave danger. Search the Paradma. Search its cargo hold. He has to be somewhere on the ship. No one's truly rich in Amra, but the Marvis family have still amassed an impressive amount of wealth. Quite unusual for a family of common Velathite, if you ask me. There are two prominent family members left in Amra, Captain Abijur and his brother Barandas. Spitting images of their father, the Ol Man Marvis. He was a true Amra native, red-haired, and gloomy. I suppose he died years ago. We haven't seen him in a decade or so. I remember he had a wife who wasn't from around here. Never saw her. Some say that Captain Abijur named the ship after his dead mother. But that's no Dunmer name I ever heard. Let me touch the amulet. It's strange indeed. No. I can't say I've ever come across anything like this amulet.
Outlander.
Yes, Outlander, what may I do for you?
It wants something What does it ask?
Thank you for helping. All Yellow Scales needs now is the key from Dilvany Gilmanil to go free. You have the key. Will you let me go free? Yes, now I am free. Thank you, Ada. Yes, you have freed me, Ada. I am in your debt.
Yes, Outlander, what may I do for you?
Outlander.
Thought you'd have yourself a look around, eh? The cargo hold is off limits. You'd better explain just what the hell you're doing here. Now. Ah, yes, I remember the captain mentioning that some outlander has been going around asking questions about Jebyn. You've been causing trouble for the captain. I don't like folks who cause trouble for the captain. I have no damn clue where that foolish boy is. But I know where you are. In trouble, that's where. Very well then. Money's always welcome. I didn't see you here. Now go and never come back.
Outlander.
Sure, Ada. Go ahead. The war never reached Amra. The Argonians never crossed Lake Andoran. Vile and stupid creatures. Amra is an extremely unremarkable town. Whatever stories you've heard of its supposed history are mere exaggerations. I have a brother who lives here. My mother and my father and the rest of my family have passed on. You ask too many questions, Outlander. Yes. This is my ship. Humph. It's just an amulet. If it bothers you so much, why don't you throw it away? I've never liked that priest. He's an outsider like you. How about you answer my question first? What were you doing in the cargo hold? Well, did you find him? No? That's because he's not here. I don't know where he is. I've had enough of this madness, Outlander. I've answered your intrusive questions one after another, and in return you've caused me nothing but trouble. If I see you again on my ship, I will call the guards. This is my final say. Get the hell off my ship.
Outlander.
Yes, Outlander, what may I do for you?
Good to hear your voice again, friend. Did you find Jebyn in the cargo hold? He wasn't in the cargo hold? So, it seems that the boy isn't held captive by Captain Abiger after all. Well, there's still Abiger's brother. Barandas Marvis. I'm sure he must be involved in this. I reckon you might want to ask him about Jebyn. He's always outside, tending the goer by the town entrance. Keeps his apartment in the Amra apartment complex always locked. Might be worth searching the apartment, too. Maybe they're keeping poor Jebyn there? I reckon you might want to ask Barandas Marvis about Jebyn. He's always outside, tending the goer by the town entrance. Keeps his apartment in the Amra apartment complex always locked. Might be worth searching the apartment, too. Maybe they're keeping poor Jebyn there?
Outlander.
Yes, Outlander, what may I do for you?
Is there something I can do for you?
It is always an honor, Narivaran. My brother did warn me that a nosy outlander would come asking questions about a missing sailor.
Where is that
So,
slave?
am I the new suspect? Humph. I absolutely refuse to play along with this farce of an investigation. We don't want your trouble in Amra, Outlander. Why do you keep harassing us like this? Well, do you know who I think should be your main suspect? It's none other than that damned outsider priest Ivan Seelith himself. He filled that boy Jebyn's head with all kinds of nonsense. Not just temple teachings, let me tell you. He tried to turn the boy against his captain, against this whole town. If anything, I think you should search the priest's apartment for clues. His apartment is inside the complex. It is always an honor, Narivaran. I think you should search Ivan Seelith's apartment for clues. His apartment is inside the complex. Leave us Amra natives alone. I will not discuss my family with outsiders.
3 blessings. A warm welcome to you.
Ada. Have you managed to track down Jebyn? I pray to the 3 that he's alright. Barandas Marvis told you that he thinks I'm responsible for Jebyn's disappearance? That is a horrible lie. Go ahead. Search my apartment. You'll find nothing there.
Is there something I
3
can
blessings,
do
You
Sarah.
violated the law, Ada. Since I accept this gold in payment of the fines and compensation
for you?
ordered by the
Bless
court.
you.
And now you are free to go.
Is there something I can do for you, Outlander?
3 blessings, Sarah. Is there something
It
I
is
can
always
do
an
for
honor,
you?
Narivaran. You found the body in Ivan Seelith's apartment. The priest obviously killed him. Case closed. You should report him to the guards. I will not discuss my family with outsiders.
A warm welcome to you.
You're back, Ada. Have you managed to track down Jebyn? I pray to the three that he's all right. You found him? What? What are you talking about? Partly dismembered? On my bed? That makes no sense. I swear by the three and the saints that I don't know anything about what you're saying. I had no idea Jebyn was dead. I hoped he was still alive. You have to believe me. Someone must have carried his body to my apartment. My door is never locked. Yes, they could have easily done so. They are trying to frame me, Ada. You don't think I killed Jebyn, do you? Listen. If I had killed Jebyn, surely I wouldn't have left the body in my apartment. And surely I wouldn't have asked for your help to find him. I didn't kill him, that poor boy. Good. Thank you, Ada. Now, I don't know why anyone would want to slaughter Jebyn like this, but maybe we can find the ones responsible for his death. We must be clever and careful. It's clear that there's a greater conspiracy at play. Someone must know who carried poor Jebyn's body into my apartment. Wait a minute. Wraiths Falvino. He's that shifty-looking guy who's always loitering in the halls of the apartment complex. I hear he sometimes does odd jobs for the Marvis family, too. Highly suspicious, don't you think? You should question him. You should question Wraiths Falvino. Even if he didn't carry poor Jebyn's body into my apartment himself, he must know something. I enforce both Indoril customs and Imperial law. Move along and mind your manners.
3 blessings, Sarah.
Finding Jebyn the sailor. Ivan Sealith asked me to help find his friend Jebyn. According to him, Jebyn is a troubled young sailor who visits the temple shrine regularly for guidance and consolation. However, the last time Sealith expected Jebyn to come and see him, the sailor didn't show up and Sealith hasn't seen him since. Ivan Sealith is worried that something might have happened to him. Jebyn serves aboard the freighter Paradma, anchored at the Aimra docks. I should talk with the ship's captain, Abijah Marvis. Abijah Marvis, captain of the Paradma, wasn't at all worried about Jebyn. If anything, the captain was angry at him for leaving his post. He thinks that Jebyn has probably run away with Anara, a barmaid in the sailor's inn. The publican of the inn, Dilvani Gilmanil, might know where the two are. Anara told me that even though she finds life in Aimra to be miserable, she has no means to run away with anyone. Moreover, she said that she and Jebyn are just friends. She doesn't know where Jebyn is, but asked me to do my best to find him. Perhaps I should talk with other patrons of the inn. Zadathis Aldrethi, an old and blind sailor, told me that he knows that I've been tasked with finding Jebyn. He told me that he might know something of value that he will tell me if I first buy him a jug of Mazdi. Zadathis told me that during the Arnishian War some families in Aimra supposedly banded together and made a deal with the Drupe of Lake Endaram to repel the Argonian threat. According to him, the Marvis family spearheaded the deal and fortune has favored them ever since. Though he's not sure how all this would tie into Jebyn's disappearance, Zadathis thinks there's something fishy going on. He said I should search Abijah Marvis' ship thoroughly. Jebyn might be held captive in the cargo hold. I've searched the cargo hold of the Paradma. There's no sign of Jebyn here. I should let Zadathis know of this. I could also question Captain Abijah Marvis again. Derlathir, a sailor in Captain Abijah's crew, found me in the ship's cargo hold. I paid him 100 drakes, and he let me go. I should leave. Captain Abijah Marvis was furious at me for searching the ship's cargo hold. He told me that if I showed my face again on the ship, he'd involve the guards. Zadathis Aldretha said that another culprit behind the Jebyn's disappearance might be Barandas Marvis, the local Gur keeper, who is also Captain Abijur's brother. Barandas Malvis has a room on the bottom floor of the Amra apartment complex that I could break into and look for clues. Alternatively, I could just go and ask Barandas directly about Jebyn. He can be found at the Gur pen outside. Barandas Marvis was offended to hear that he was a suspect in the case of Jebyn's disappearance. He told me that if anyone should be a suspect, it's Ivan Selith, the priest. He said that I should go search Ivan Selith's apartment. It's on the second floor of the apartment complex. There's no sign of Jebyn in Barandas Marvis' apartment. I should talk with him directly. I found Jebyn's dead body lying on the bed in Ivan Selith's apartment. Some of his limbs have been cut off. I should confront the priest about this. Ivan Selith was glad to hear that I believe he's innocent.